What up, what up, what up? What is good? So we trying to figure this out. How to go live, multi-stream. Can y'all hear? Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But what up, y'all? It's Hawaii Mike. This is Mask Off Live. And so we're gonna cook a Filipino dish. And before we get into that, we're just gonna catch up for a second, man. How y'all feeling? Like, how y'all really doing? Let's see. Can I get this chat box working? I don't know. Hit that for me. That would be beautiful. But yeah, so getting the station going. Lots of transitions happening, man. Like I keep talking about, this is a 9-year. We're ending this year off strong, completions and getting ready for next year, which is a 1 year. So it just feels like if a lot is in flux right now, that's kind of what's going on. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple months to finish off this year strong, get everything in order. So make sure y'all start focusing on what you want to complete, like things that we need to tie up and put to bed, and things that have been, you know, and with that, make sure y'all subscribe, hit them likes, hit them comments, share this, do all the good things that you know. For trust, man. You know, there's so much chaos going on in this world right now, and we don't know which way is up, down, sideways. It feels like everything is kind of just all over the place. And to me, that's more of a time that we really need to go in. We really need to focus on self. We really need to take care of our mental, our physical, our emotional, make sure our hearts are good. Because it is drama outside. But at the same time, man, I feel like there's such a, it's such a flow, right? Like that universal flow is just going. And it's a beautiful thing when you can catch the wave and, you know, get into your rhythm, get into your flow and just ride that wave, man. Life is super interesting. So I've been working on the curiosity part, you know, as one chapter kind of closes. I'm not fully closing the door. We're just changing rooms, redecorating, finding a new spot for Fly Private Social. And, you know, but with that, it freed up a lot of my time. I was probably spending 50, 60 hours a week easy over there. And, you know, now there's these other opportunities coming up. About to hit Complex Con this weekend. That should be interesting. Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to make sure things are posting everywhere and you know, we're live. So, now I just lost my train of thought. Oh, going to Complex Con. So that should be interesting. And, you know, it's kind of cool that, you know, right now it looks like in this social content creator brand space, it feels like the people are starting to become the brands, which is something I've kind of always been. And that's why I always talk about patience. Like I've always felt like I'm a little bit further ahead than how things move, and I got to be patient and wait for things to catch up. And that's really what I've been working on a lot. So I trust that patience part has been super important, and just letting things, you know, fall into the place that they need to be. Oh man. And so y'all been getting y'all movements in. Y'all been doing the morning movements, you know. Had a few of my homies come up to me, say they've been doing it. But you know what's wild is everybody's doing it low key. I need y'all to repost. I need y'all to talk about it. I need y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Like, let people know where y'all figuring these things out or y'all finding these things out, and then share them. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are everything. That's what we all need to do, because this is an individual journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else can live your life. Like, you know, we talk about value, we talk about wealth, we talk about being rich, and a lot of times when we talk about those things, it's things that are either rare or unique, things that are one of one. And what every single person on this planet possesses that is one of one is you. That's why that's all you're supposed to be working on, is you. That's what you have to control. Once you get you right, you take you out there, and then, you know, you keep figuring it out, that's when your world starts to really come together. That's when the blessings, right? It's not about trying to change the person that you want to be your spouse. It's not trying to change your family. It's not trying to change, bro, you gotta work on you, and that's all you can do. So that's what, I'm gonna be focusing on. That's the kind of content we're gonna be continuing to do. That everyday flow is gonna be important. We're gonna do how-tos. I'm gonna get out there surfing. I'm gonna get out there playing golf. Got a couple other things we're gonna be working on in the how-to series. And then you might see me. You might see me in all kinds of different, like you might see me at Complex Con this weekend. You might see me doing a special chakra dinner out there at an installation at it's called 1,000 Ways to Sit. It's a mix of sound and stillness. And I'm looking forward to that one because, sonically vibrations, the frequencies, that's how we connect. That's our true connection. So before I keep talking, I can continue to talk while I'm cooking. But today, we're gonna make some chicken adobo. Filipino staple, probably the most popular Filipino dish that's out there. Everybody knows it. And it's super simple, It's not a lot of ingredients, Got 4 chicken thighs right here, right out of the fridge. We're gonna pat these down, and then we're gonna go into this pan cold. I like to crisp the skin, even though this is gonna go into a liquid. You get that fat, you don't have to use a lot of oil, right? The less oil you gotta use, the less fats, things of that nature. And so we're gonna take these cold pieces of chicken, go into a cold pan, just like that. Cold pan. This pan is not on. There's no heat. No heat. Make sure we wash our hands. I don't always use gloves. I use gloves mainly like in the kitchen, but that's really it. So we're gonna turn this on crazy, like medium low heat, like nothing crazy. Let that go. Give me 1 second, because I forgot I gotta record this too, so I can post a recipe for y'all. So that means I need to record 50 different ways. So this is gonna render the skin. If you wanna make your chicken thighs like this, you want crispy thighs, like this is how you do it, man. Cold pan. Same with duck. That's how you start duck. And then basically we let this render down, get that cooking, get that sizzling, and there's really like these 5 ingredients. You got garlic, bay leaves, black pepper, soy sauce, and vinegar. And let's talk about the vinegar, y'all. So this is Datu Puti. This is a cane sugar vinegar. This is pretty much the only vinegar that I've ever cooked chicken adobo with. And I'm sure there's other ones. I've seen apple cider vinegar. I've seen all kinds of vinegars. And that's the thing about adobo, right? Is I don't remember the exact number, but there's probably, like 100 different ways to make adobo, depending on what province you're from and how you grew up. There's some that put potatoes. There's some that put the coconut, milk. There's so many different variations to it. So we go with the pretty standard. This is how I learned it. Like I said, nothing crazy. I don't know if y'all can hear it already, but you can hear the sizzling. So the fat from the skin is gonna render down, and then you're gonna get the nice brown bits at the bottom of the pan. We're just gonna deglaze that a little bit, get those brown bits up. I'm gonna put like a tiny, tiny bit of water to get those up, and then we're gonna add the vinegar and the soy sauce, and that's pretty much it, y'all. It's super simple. This is not a difficult dish. And it's funny, like, when I moved to New York, I'm from San Francisco, and, adobo, this is the only adobo that I knew. When I moved out here, they started talking about chicken adobo and adobo seasoning, and I was like, oh, word? Y'all got adobo seasoning in New York? I was like, I didn't even know there's Filipinos out here. Like, that's crazy. But it was, adobo, like Puerto Rican style. So I had to learn that. That was a new one for me. That was pretty much different. And oh yeah, wait, hold on. I forgot we're supposed to infuse this too, right? You don't want an infused version. And so we'll just use some of this. This is, I don't know if y'all can see that, little Chef for Hire coconut oil. And we'll add this after we render the skin down, because what's going to happen is you're going to get this in the sauce. And then we can just cook the sauce down. And just make sure we add all of that in. And then we Gucci gang. You know what I'm saying? There's 4 pieces of chicken. We can call this probably 2 servings, you know? So how much will we put? Is 30 milligrams good enough? Like 15 milligram servings? We just gotta make sure we get all the sauce. And usually what I do to make sure we get all the sauce is we cook the sauce down at the end and let it, you know, get a little bit thicker and get the seasoning in there, you know? Get that flavor pulled out. And there's not really much you want to do to the pan, because once it starts to brown, it'll release on its own, and then that's how you know you can kind of, you know, move it around. But this is like one of those dishes that it's super simple, super flavorful, and you know, it's really not that difficult to learn. It's really, like I said, just making sure you got that vinegar right, and you gotta have rice. Always got to have rice. I don't know, who doesn't eat rice, man? I think pretty much every culture eats rice, but Filipinos, I mean, really Asian culture in general, you're not really gonna see a place setting without rice. We're gonna be making it's called sinanggang, and it's basically like a garlic fried rice where you just use, you know, which pretty much every fried rice you do, use a day-old fried rice. You don't want to use fresh rice. It gets too clumpy, sticky, there's too much moisture in it. And you want it to be so the granules kind of pop out. I know it's October. I'm trying to see if I can get another Filipino dish in before the end of this month to celebrate. But let me see what I can do. I'm going to be traveling a bit. And if you get this oil moving around, I don't know if you got to see that, but look how much oil there is in there already, you know? So imagine like when people put oil in there, juices, I know that sounds crazy, but it just adds to the flavor. And at the end of the day, the thing is, you don't want to have, you know, all the oil. All the stuff that we think is burnt, but actually adds mad flavor, that's what we want. So we can use it across, get extra flavor, and it's popping. And this is actually a technique you do with cooking duck breast. So if you ever cook duck breast, right? Score the duck breast, crosshatch, right? Put it in a cold pan on medium, like low heat, just a little bit below medium. Let it start really slow and render that fat out and get to that nice golden brown, and then you get that crispy skin. If you try to cook it too fast, there's so much fat underneath the skin of a duck that you get this extra, like, it's just nasty fat part that's there, and it just becomes like unsavory. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what you want. You want that skin to be nice and just super uber crispy. Let me wash this pan out real quick so I can put the chicken right back in here. Because we're going to take the chicken out of the pot and then get the sauce going. I'm trying to figure out what dishes to make too. I always get like caught up. I care more about what y'all want than what I feel like making, but I should just make shit and just not even think about it. So the other dish I'm gonna try to make before the end of the month is arroz caldo. Arroz caldo is like a Filipino porridge, like a congee. and it's one of my favorite dishes to make. I've made it on here. I've showed y'all the recipe. I've just never cooked it live. So that may be one, or maybe a sinigang. You know what I'm saying? I haven't made sinigang, and that's a dope soup. Can make that, but yeah, I just want to make things that we can infuse for y'all also, show y'all both ways to do these things. Because it's like, I feel everything that you cook in your kitchen, you can infuse. And so that side, for the chef for hire side, I just want to normalize it. For the Hawaii Mike side in cooking, I just want to show y'all anybody can cook, man. Like, this isn't reserved for professionals. What I say about cooking, most people fuck cooking up because they don't want to do it, right? They're scared, they're hesitant, they're worried they're gonna mess something up. That's the energy you're putting into it. Think about your food coming out and just visualizing that shit looking perfect, tasting incredible, and then you're halfway on your way. Then all you gotta do is make sure you get there. Now, see, it hasn't released yet, so it's not ready. Soon, soon. And the thing about cooking is, just like life, there's always something new to learn, man. There's always a new technique. There's always, like, you know, just something, man, because somebody tried something else out, you know. A new kid on the block said, oh, let's do this, you know, and something new came from it. And that's all this shit is, man. You know when you're cooking and your mouth starts watering? I love that part. Let's go! I'm already hungry, y'all. I shouldn't have waited. That intermittent fasting. But I guess I can roll a joint. Let me see. Any questions while we going so far? Yes, sir, Nev. What's the good word, Brody? I don't know why I cannot get this chat to work and show. It's so crazy, man. I don't know why that shit don't show up. But whatever. I was trying to figure out what grease I was going to use for the chicken too. I mean, with oil, because I only got extra virgin olive oil here. But that's perfect. We got the chicken fat. It works. It works. What about y'all? What y'all cooking today? Anything good? What recipes should I make next? What y'all want to see, man? Anything for this month? Wait, I don't know how to check Chef for Hire. Hold on. I mean, what are your questions, Herba? Because, I mean, there's so many different ways to make an infused meal. It really just depends what you're making. Alright. See how the chicken is nice and brown? Get that nice color. All right, let's take that out, put that to the side. Bada bing, bada boom. I need something to put this oil in that won't break. All right. So I'm gonna pour some of this oil out because we definitely don't need all of this. And then we're gonna put this back, but before I do that, I'm gonna take the coconut oil, right? So the coconut oil is usually like solid in here. So we're just gonna do a little hot water. Little hot water. And that's all you really got to do is run this under hot water for a second. And it'll melt. It doesn't need to go in like super hot forever. The aluminum bottle helps to melt it really fast. And that's why we use these. Yo, Instagram, if we freeze or if you can't see anything, come over to YouTube, man. Don't get caught up. Yo, why is my hot water not hot? The hell? One tablespoon. One tablespoon of coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil or any of our products in retail is 30 milligrams. So there's 4 pieces of chicken in here. We'll call it we'll call it 30 milligrams, 2 servings, right? And so here we just put that in there, right? So now you've got 30 milligrams in here. We're gonna take this vinegar and everything. Get all the brown bits off of the bottom with just a little bit of liquid. All right, and so these brown bits that you get off, all of these, like a lot of the times we look at these as like, oh, that's burnt, that's bad. It's really not, man. It's all flavor. Like that's the seasoning that got, you know, that came off of whatever you were cooking. Put a touch more of this oil back in. Not that there. Now, this is 13 cloves of garlic smashed. Gonna toss that in. This is 1 tablespoon of black peppercorns. 2 bay leaves. And what we're doing here is we're just gonna cook these down a little bit. Let them get their own flavor. Let them release some of their oils, some of their flavors and everything, you know? So that when we add the vinegar and the soy sauce to cook, which becomes the sauce, and we actually cook everything in, get all that flavor bursting together. You know, so the same time you would kind of like toast rice, you know, anything that you can put in stir fry or whatever like that. What up, JT? And, you know, we just get to whipping. You know, for anyone on IG, youtube.com/@HWMK. What's it called? Damn. Ah, it's already smelling good. All right, now we're gonna deglaze the pan a little bit more with the vinegar. And get the soy sauce in there. Scrape the bottom again, get the bits up, and then we're just gonna let this cook down just a little bit, just to get the flavors together. And then we're gonna add the chicken right back. But now remember, this sauce is infused, right? And so everybody worries about heat. You know, everybody worries about, oh, is this gonna burn off or whatever? It's not, unless you let it there boil and everything goes away, right? But then it's burnt and it's not gonna taste good. So, you know, just let this cook for a couple minutes. What y'all think so far? Got any questions? Yeah, like I said, if anybody is watching on IG, y'all want to check this out on, what's it called? Come to Instagram, to YouTube. Y'all can't really see all the way, but this is basically the mix, right? So you see the garlic, you see the black peppercorns, the soy sauce, everything. And then this, can y'all hear that? Nice crispy chicken. All right, so where did I put my tongs at, y'all? Oh, here we go. So now we're just gonna add the chicken right back and let this cook. See, get all that flavor in. And so the top of this chicken, you know, the skin side is pretty much cooked already. It's really just getting that bottom finished off. All right, so we're gonna let that one sit for a sec, and then we're gonna do some rice. We're doing the arroz. Gotta figure out how to watch. How can I do the live also? Is it freezing on YouTube or is it just, I can't tell. Can y'all go, one of y'all go to YouTube and check that out for me? I mean YouTube, Instagram? All right, so I'm actually going to switch these. Now I'm gonna do something I usually don't do, but I don't have all my pans here, so I am about to make some fried rice in a nonstick pan. Don't tell anybody, okay? This will be our little secret. Oh man. Usually I would do this in a wok, but I don't have my wok here, so I'm just gonna do this quick, and this can be done in all kinds of different pans. Oh man, what y'all making for dinner? Anybody cooking? Cooking? Who's cooking? Sorry, everybody on Instagram, I cannot see y'all comments or nothing. It's like freezing. I don't know. Get this pan heated up a little bit. All right. We are going to take the chicken fat and use that for the oil. We are going to take some garlic, already chopped up. We're going to brown this garlic, get it nice and crispy. And then we are going to add some white rice from last night. It's already broken up. Let's see. Damn it. Damn it, man. See? Always rushing. And, you know, the crazy shit is, bro, food is getting so expensive. I went to a regular store. The chicken was $7.50 a pound for bone-in chicken breast. $7.50 a pound. I called this butcher that's over by my crib. Guess how much these motherfuckers said? Think it's cheaper or more expensive? For leg quarters. Bro, that's fucking insane. All right, so here we go with some chicken fat. Boom. Chicken fat. All right, and then we go with some garlic. Yeah, it's just me eating, so I can finger it if I want. Alright, so we're just gonna brown this garlic a bit. And we want a lot of garlic in here, yo. This is a pretty heavy, you know, garlic flavor. It's basically garlic fried rice. You know, so you definitely want that garlic flavor in there. What else, man? What y'all up to, though? What's popping out there in the world? And this is pretty quick. I'll be done with this in like 45 minutes. It's going to take me probably. Because I started, what, yeah, about 7:10. You know, we're just going to, by the time this rice is done cooking, that adobo should be spot on. You know? Some fajitas. Where you have some fajitas at, bro? Where we eating when I come out there? I gotta hit somewhere. Oh, actually, JT, is there somewhere like I could rent golf clubs on a Monday? Like, and just at least hit the range or some shit? Do you guys season like your garlic and onions and everything when you're sweating? Like I like to season kind of every layer. You know? So that every single bite has a flavor. All right, so you see the bits starting to brown a little bit. Remember, that's all in that chicken fat right there. You know, so now that's gonna go to the rice. You know, save me, well, how much is fucking oil at this point too? I love that smell, man. Just garlic, just, garlic just crisping up. Let's peek at this adobo. Oof. I don't want this to burn, so I'm gonna go with a little bit of water so it doesn't cook all the way down. Garlic, man, you gotta watch it, cause it goes from, damn, it's not even to burnt in like 2 seconds. All right, so we can go in with the rice now. I just went in with half first, and we're going with the rest. Damn, maybe I should have gone with a little bit of bigger pan, but we'll work it out. All right, a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. I knew I should have used the bigger pan, but it's all right. It is all right. We work it out. So this is that point where I forget I'm on live and I'm thinking about eating. Live? I'm on live? Adobo is looking nice and sexy. Let that cook down a little bit. The rice is starting to sizzle. I'm just not gonna get that kind of like toasty brown though because of this non-stick, but that is okay. And I think I made too much rice, y'all. I'm like a rice monster. Problem. If I'm not conscious, I'll eat rice like 2-3 times a day, like every meal. So I definitely have to watch that. I don't know about y'all, but lots of rice. Nah, I can't use yours though, I'm left-handed. I'm a lefty, unless you're a lefty and I didn't remember that, but I don't think so. You're definitely not a lefty. Oh my God, this adobo smells so good, y'all. Just let that sauce render down a little bit, thicken up, and we good. Oh my God. Like, I don't know, this meal is so easy to me, but it's just so damn good, yo. And I don't know if it's because I grew up like Filipino, obviously, but then, you know, like I'm sure y'all all got that family. Like you said, it's buckwheat, right, JT? Oh my God. And You know, those foods that just bring back so many memories. Food is so dope that way. Let's see. What should I put this in, y'all? A bowl or a plate? So when you're plating, even at home, everybody's got things. You know what I'm saying? Like I just use this to shape this. So y'all have something. You have some kind of bowl or something else. You know what I'm saying? Just to give a nice little look. Mmm. All right. Mm. Main thing, always got to get the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. Gotta put some on the rice. Put some on the chicken. And remember, y'all, the sauce is what's infused, so, you know, no sauce left behind. But I'm going to use half because I got 2 pieces here. I'm not going to use the whole thing. And that's it. We got us some chicken adobo, y'all. You know what I mean? A little bit of chicken adobo even. And you can also, like some people don't like the peppercorns whole. That's just how I've always kind of eaten it. And so I kind of leave it that way. But you can definitely do regular ground pepper. Oh, and in, you know, Filipinos, the way we eat, we don't really use knives. It's a fork and a spoon. Because when you eat rice, much easier with a spoon. And all the foods we make pretty much can be cut. So, nice, steamy, hot chicken adobo. Make sure I'll post this for y'all. Here a little bit later because this shit is all infused. If I like garlic, I can get some of the garlic pieces out. It's super drenched in the vinegar, and the soy sauce. Super flavorful. Any questions, y'all? I think that was pretty straightforward with the recipe. Y'all should be able to knock that one out the park. Super easy, right? Let's see, the Instagram kicked me off yet? Oh no, I'm still rocking. Make sure y'all subscribe, get some more recipes, follow, see where we end up next, where we cook next, where we hanging out next, what we learning how to do. But I'm still bugging out. The 4th eye is cost $15, y'all. That feels like fucking highway robbery. Insane. Damn. That shit is. I'm happy I learned how to cook, man. I don't know what it would be like not being able to cook. Especially as much as I love food. So, to anybody out there that loves food but doesn't know how to cook, you don't know what you're missing out. Because love is one of the main ingredients in food. Love is also this feel fulfilled. Giving love to yourself by feeding yourself, being intentional, helps to build that serotonin back up. And the only way we can really do it is from the inside out, where it becomes permanent. Every other way is temporary. So it might be from somebody else, it might be from drugs, it might be longer than temporary is if you cultivate that. So doing things like feeding yourself, feeding other people, living with an open heart, being a way to live. It's a great way to, keep your spirits up, keep you happy, keep you in good health, and, enjoying life. Yeah, Nev, $15 motherfucking, my G. Insane. How much is chicken a pound down in ATL, bro? That's crazy. How many people you feeding with 4 thighs? I'll eat 4 thighs by myself. It's insane. They're trying to price us out of life. Do population control. If motherfuckers can't survive, and pay for life, shit, that's a great way to control the population, right? $12 a pound down there? Or for 4? Damn, I can't even roll a joint this small. That's crazy. What am I doing here? What else? Anybody got any other recipe ideas? Something I should make? Oh, so it ain't that. That's crazy though, man. I feel like the butcher was cheaper though. Like my butcher, Paisanos. Like I feel like Paisanos when I looked last time was like $4 a pound for like Bell and Evans or some shit like that. I don't know. Like another thing I might start doing, and really I would suggest this for pretty much anybody that could do it. Like, and there's somebody in your community that can do it. Like, this is why we're stronger together, right? And this is why having people in your community, in your circle, in your tribe, in your pack, whatever you want to call it, with different skill sets. You get somebody who has a restaurant or is a caterer or is a private chef or whatever, they have access to wholesale accounts for food, right? Proteins, even cleaning supplies. Like go get an account. If you live in a city, go get an account at Jetro, at Restaurant Depot, and share that with people. Buy in bulk and share with people. Everything from things you might need like for the house, even cleaning supplies. They got all that stuff there, right? Everything that you need, sodas, waters, like all of that, and it's at a much cheaper price, and then between there and like a BJ's and Costco, plus shopping local, because we should be eating fruits, vegetables, and produce that's in season, right? Because that's what keeps it. That is important. But shopping together like that, just like they do with community co-ops and things of that nature. You could do it for all the things that are wholesale, but again, that's why they don't want us collaborating. Once we start collaborating, once we start working together, supporting each other, once we start moving in solidarity, that's when the powers that be have issues, right? If we're all confused, scared, in disbelief, arguing, fighting with one another, all these kinds of things, we're easily manipulated, you know? It's easy to pit us against each other and continue to have us fighting, confused, scared, and at each other's throats. I say we should lead with love, support, and be at each other's sides. You know, I'll keep saying it, man. We are stronger together. There's nothing different about us. You know, on a very base level, we all need the same things for survival. You know, I always say we're like cars, right? We're the base model of a car. We just have different paint jobs, interiors, you know, different kind of sport packages and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we are all the same. So with that, I'm about to eat this beautiful meal and make a couple of calls and kick it. I appreciate y'all. I'll post this recipe. Hopefully we'll get it up for tomorrow. And let's get rocking. Probably won't be on for the next 2 weeks. I'll be traveling the next 2 Mondays. I might pop up live from the airport or something like that before I take off. If not, see y'all in a few weeks. But yeah, I'll be popping up. You know where to find me. And I'll probably tap in from Complex Con too. I should probably go live from there also. So we'll see what's good. See y'all soon. Signing out. Oh yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the like button, the notifications, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.